Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andy Madison. We begin tonight with the opioid crisis in New England, an issue the state's attorney general says is her top concern. Tonight, she joined New England's largest nonprofit treatment center to discuss the issue. Spectrum Health hosted the meeting at the Beechwood Hotel Thursday night. Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey acted as the keynote speaker for the event, discussing the current opioid epidemic and its impact on local families and the economy. Healey says the economic impact is bad. The real concern is what opioid abuse is doing to people.
The human toll, though, to me is what's most significant, and the economic hit is significant, but the human toll, the loss of life, the sickness, the illness, the stress, the strain, people going to bed every night not knowing if their loved one is going to make it, or if this is going to be a day, where the ultimate happens. And
Spectrum offers addiction treatment services across Massachusetts, including residential programs for the State Department of Youth Services. Bishop Robert McManus is asking parishes throughout the Diocese of Worcester to collect money for relief efforts in Haiti. Worcester's twin diocese, the Diocese of Cokie in Haiti, suffered the brunt of Hurricane Matthew. 80% of their parishes and schools have sustained significant damage. Sister Judy Dupuis has run a Haitian ministry for more than 25 years and is asking for the public's help. She says water is contaminated and people are suffering from cholera.
So if I receive money, I can buy food right in Haiti so that people will be able to send the food in Lekai so people can have it, very quickly. And this is really an emergency call for the people of Lekai who is suffering greatly.
Anyone who is interested in donating to the fund can visit worcesterdiocese.org for more information. Sister Dupuis says she plans on visiting Haiti soon to help. Meanwhile, the diocese held the third annual Celebrate Priesthood Gala tonight. Dozens gathered to enjoy food and drinks from local restaurants. All proceeds benefit the Priests Retirement Fund. Bishop McManus says it's important for people to remember priests do not make a lot of money and need to be taken care of.
For a young priest first ordained, the stipend, a monthly stipend, is only like $1,000, $1,200. So you're not going to amass a lot of wealth over the years making that for a month. These priests really deserve that in their retirement, and some of them in their poor health really are taken care of.
Bishop McManus says the money raised is for both priests who serve or have served in parishes and ministries in the Diocese of Worcester. A former network news journalist receiving a special honor tonight at Old Sturbridge Village. Cokie Roberts received the Ken Burns Lifetime Achievement Award for her work covering politics. At ABC News, she co-anchored This Week with Sam Donaldson. She also served as a congressional correspondent for more than 10 years. Roberts says she's honored to receive the award named after her good friend.
In telling the story of America in so many ways, and to be able to celebrate that tonight is very special.
As you saw there, Ken Burns, the legendary filmmaker, was also at tonight's event to honor Roberts. Roberts currently serves as a political commentator for NPR Radio. Worcester firefighters investigating what caused a 2-alarm fire earlier today in the city. The fire displaced a few families as flames and smoke could be seen from the roof. Our Cam Jandro has the details.
Flames shoot through the roof of a 3-family home on Stafford Street.
Had it pretty well confined into the attic area at that point, but getting up in there is a little more difficult.
Deputy Chief John Sullivan says firefighters received calls around 2:30 reporting heavy smoke and fire. Sullivan says there were no serious injuries, but 3 families were displaced.
It's a fully occupied building. We were able to, fortunately during the day, we didn't have to rescue anybody. Everybody got out all right. We did managed to take a few pets out of the building, and they seemed to be all right as well, so that was good news.
2 firefighters were treated for exhaustion, but were later cleared to return to work. Sullivan says it appears the fire started in the rear of the 3-decker, and the way the house was built presented some challenges when locating and extinguishing the flames.
Heavy damage to the 2nd and 3rd floors in the attic area. Had some difficulty pulling the ceilings in the 3rd floor. Some of the old wire mesh up there made it a little difficult, so it got a little further than we would have liked at this point in the day.
Now, after the fire was put out, the investigation team did enter the house and began the search for the fire's cause. There is still no word as to what caused the fire, but no one was hurt, luckily. Andy?
Cam, looked like an intense scene there. Cam Jandrov reporting for us tonight. Thank you. Food delivery drivers in the city are on alert after a series of recent armed robberies, which police say may be connected. As our Rosalind Flaherty reports, some delivery drivers are concerned their job may be getting more dangerous.
It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. A lot of people think it's easy.
Jonathan Febles is a delivery person at Millbury Street Pizzeria. He's done the job for 5 years, but a recent string of armed robberies involving food delivery workers is making him nervous.
Always watching my back.
Worcester police are investigating 2 armed robberies happening early Wednesday morning. Police say one of the victims was a food delivery person and both were robbed at gunpoint in the same neighborhood. Earlier in the week, a delivery worker from Wings Over Worcester was also robbed, and police now believe the robberies are linked.
Same street, same area, similar descriptions, so our investigators are quite confident that these 3 recent robberies are committed by the same person.
Febles says he has been robbed before, costing him money and his phone.
I couldn't believe it was true. I just gave him the money. I told him to go about his way, and we just left.
He says delivery workers have a target on their backs.
We always have cash on us, and it's easier. We're not paying attention. We're paying attention to the customer. They come right behind us, take our money. It only takes 2 minutes, 1 minute.
Jefferson Neves is the manager of J&J Pizza Express. He says they have been robbed several times before and says there are not many precautions the workers can take.
Make the phone call and wait till they come outside.
Febles says he has a job to do and will keep doing what he can to stay safe.
Call the phone once or twice, wait there 5-7 minutes. If you're not coming down, I'm leaving. I gotta go. I got other deliveries I was supposed to do, and I don't want to take the chance of being robbed.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The police say they've spoken to the staff of some of the fast food places to offer safety tips on how to keep drivers safe. Well, a gas leak in Sutton caused some traffic on a portion of Route 122A earlier today. The Sutton Fire Chief says the leak was from an underground gas line. It was reported around 11 a.m. at the intersection of Providence Road and Depot Street. Fire Chief says the line likely failed from age. Surrounding businesses and homes were evacuated for about an hour as a precaution. Belcito says thankfully no one was hurt or injured.
We moved them, the residents and the patrons, to the church up the street, and Eversource sent multiple resources to the scene. We requested National Grid as a precaution.
Roadway was down to 1 lane for several hours as crews made repairs. After years of planning, the Worcester Boys and Girls Club finally has a new athletic field. The field opened today for the first time. In addition to the Boys and Girls Club, it will also be used by Clark University. Turf Field is part of the Kilby Gardner Hammond project aimed at redeveloping part of the Maine South community. The $3 million facility also features a track.
Actually going to be able to serve 200 more kids a day in the summer, which is when we really need to be able to provide more programming because of this field.
Several members of the community were there for today.